If you love coconut, you are gonna flip for this.
Trust us, folks, this is a pie lover's dream come true.
Creamy, sweet, coconutty, and just so delicious.
Every bite is pure pie perfection.
It is, it is so good. I'm like, why is it taking us so long to make this amazing pie?
It is so
let's
good.
talk dough.
Look at this dough. It's so pretty.
Homemade dough,
Yeah.
homemade crust.
Well, before you start talking about it, I'm gonna start my fluting.
He's become a professional flautist with pie crust.
Yes.
So making it from scratch is easy. It really makes it extra delicious. Of course, you can do store-bought, but let me tell you real quick how we did this. We pulled out our trusty food processor, and all I did was I added 1.25 cups of all-purpose flour, a half a teaspoon of just like table salt, put the lid on, give it a couple pulses to combine it, and then we're gonna get some very, very cold cubed unsalted butter. I've got 6 tablespoons of that I'm going to add to the mix. I've got 2 tablespoons of very cold cubed shortening. Put that in, and we're going to pulse it just a few times until the consistency is basically like the size of the butter is kind of like just peas, like frozen peas in your hand. Put the lid back on, and now we've got cold. Cold is a running theme here. We're going to add, start adding tablespoons while you're pulsing of ice cold water, and you're going to get up to about 4.5 to 5, certainly not more than 5 tablespoons of this cold water. Just keep pulsing, don't overdo it, and it'll gradually start to come together and it'll form a mass. Take the lid off, just pull that dough out of there, form a disc with your hands, wrap it in plastic wrap, and then stick it in the fridge for at least 15 minutes. You can do this well in advance. Then when you're ready to roll it out, just on a lightly floured surface, you're gonna get your rolling pin, and first you're gonna just use your palm to start kind of flattening that disc, and then just turn it every 45 degrees every little bit. Just keep gently rolling, don't overdo it until you get a rough circle about 12 inches in diameter, and then fold it in half, and then fold that half over into a quarter. Carefully place it into your pie dish. It may want to be a little cattywampus, but that's okay. You can fix it once you unfold it. And then you pull out, then you call in your Loon and say, come on, I need to flute it. So look at that, that looks great. Now I'm going to fork this. You don't have to overdo it. What that's going to do, just
don't over fork it.
Yeah, we don't want it over forked. We're going to do this so that the steam can escape, and we're going to blind bake this. We're going to bake this before we put the filling in it. So that is parchment paper. These are some pie weights. I have a link to these in the description if you're interested in them. If you don't have pie weights, don't worry about it. You can just use dried beans. You can use rice. I've even used quarters. Even if you don't have that, you can just get.
We had a lot of pennies too.
A lot of pennies.
Yes.
You can get 2 heavy-duty pieces of foil and just press that in there. It's going to keep it from bubbling up. And now we've got a scorching hot oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. We're just going to blind bake this for 6 minutes. I'm going to take it out, remove the pie weights, and then we're going to let it go for another 8 minutes.
Yes.
Did you get all that? Okay, good. Okay, I think we're good. You're gonna want to keep an eye on this. This is going.
Yes.
It's gonna get a little brown on the edges, which is what you want. Golden brown in the middle.
Oh, that is gorgeous.
After 6 minutes, we took it out. We just carefully. The paper's pretty easy to handle. It's not that hot. Just remove those weights, whatever you've got in there, and then we put it back in for another 8 minutes. And look at that. It's perfect. It's
That's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Okay, so now let's get to the good stuff. Let's start making our filling.
Our custard.
Our custard. So I've got, before I turn the heat on, I've got a medium-sized saucepan here. I've added 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, and I've got 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and that's what is going to make it that lovely thicken up, and it helps it, keeps its shape when you cut into it. We all hope. That's every pie maker's dream or nightmare, is you cut into that first slice and it's like liquid.
Blah.
Yeah. Now this is 2.5 cups of half and half. And I haven't turned on the heat yet just because I want to get it nice incorporated. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it on to pretty medium-high heat, and we're going to continue whisking this and stirring it pretty frequently until it thickens.
This is one of Chris's father's favorite pies. I think the favorite pie.
I think so too. So hi, Dad. We're making this for you. I promise you that. It's about to be your birthday. So I'm going to continue cooking this. I'm going to stir it until it is nice and thickened, and then we're going to temper some eggs. Okay, so now you see it's gotten this nice thickness.
Thick, yeah.
It's kind of like the thick of like a nice thick gravy, and it should just start to bubble. You don't want it to be like a rolling boil.
Like on the sides.
Yeah, on the sides, and you see some little gurgles. Now we are going to turn the heat down to it was on medium high. Now I'm going to turn it down to kind of just a low simmer, and just let it continue to cook for about another 2 minutes.
I love
Pie.
pie. No, your custard-based pies.
Oh yeah.
Which is your lemon meringue. Although I always get worried about meringues. I'm always like, they're gonna pull away.
Yes, I know. He has a fear of so this pie is typically made with a meringue pie. It's a coconut cream pie with a meringue topping. But he loves the, as he calls it, whooped cream topping. So he begged for us to do that, and it is delicious. It's really good. So
I'm thinking it's cream. Everything's cream.
Yeah, that's true. It's a triple cream. So, but I have in the blog post. I also have how you can make a meringue if you want to do that as well.
So we've got the meringue, the lemon meringue. You've got the chocolate pie with the meringue. Ooh, I could eat that chocolate without the meringue.
I know.
And then you have a
Southern chess pie.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then we've got a key lime pie. We love our pies. All right, I think we're good. Now it's time to temper.
Okay.
We're going to temper. We're going to tamper down these eggs.
I'm going to hold on. I'm going to break
egg
these
yolks.
up. Yep.
Normally, again, if you were making meringue like most normal people, you would save your egg. I'm kidding. You would save your egg whites from your egg yolks to make the meringue. But we're not doing that, so I'm going to save my egg whites and do something else.
The Loon finally gets his way.
Oh, finally, yeah. Okay, so now what we want to do, you got to be careful when you do this because you do not want to scramble your eggs. This process is called tempering. So you're just going to pour about a cup of this hot liquid in there. Hopefully you have a Loon with you that can help stir that so it doesn't scramble. But you can also, it's easy to do yourself. I do it by myself all the time.
Here we go, going back to you.
So now we're going to bring that back into here.
There we go.
And I got another whisk over here. Okay, and look at me. So then we want to keep whisking, and it's beautiful. That consistency is just what we want.
Got it.
We're going to let this, now we're going to let this simmer on medium-low for about 2 minutes. The thickness is just where it needs to be. It should be a very low simmer, and then
we're going to add some special ingredients.
Yeah, we're finally going to get to the coconut. Okay, this is beautiful. This is wonderful.
So good.
Now I'm going to take this completely off the heat. I've got a cup of toasted coconut. Now we're talking coconut
Sweetened
pie.
coconut.
Sweetened coconut flakes, yes. Find it in the baking section of your store. This is a tablespoon of unsalted butter. And then I'm going to eyeball this, but this is you're going to want to do about a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract, and just continue to whisk this until it's fully incorporated. Oh my gosh, the smell is so awesome. Now, I will say this also, if you were going to do a meringue, the key to keeping that meringue from weeping and pulling in from the sides is to make sure your meringue goes on top of the hot filling. So that would be, so you'd want to make sure your meringue is ready to go when you're at this point. But since we're not doing a meringue, have I mentioned that?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here, let me help you. Let me help you out there, Longwell.
We're just going to let this chill now, and then we're going to make that whipped cream topping. So, but that's really important to remember. If you're doing a meringue, you want to put it on top of hot filling. Oh boy!
I got it. I think I got it.
That looks good.
Yes.
This is one of my favorites.
Let me give this a jiggle.
Okay, give it a jiggle.
Wow.
Okay, that's great. So now, like all good things, you have to wait a little bit, and you really want that to set. Wesley's got some plastic wrap that he's fighting with. And we're just going to press that down onto it.
Yes.
And then we're going to stick it in the fridge you could probably go for 3 hours minimum. I say if you can go 5 to 6 hours, or even better, overnight, then you're going to have a perfectly set pie. Then we'll make that easy whipped cream topping. Then we get to dig in. Time flies when you're waiting for pie. Okay, so now this
I wouldn't say that.
I know it actually is the opposite. It's been about 6 hours, and this is set.
Oh,
wonderfully.
look at that.
So now we're just gonna pull this off. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, so now this pie needs a topping.
Yeah, so I've got a nice chilled metal bowl here.
That helps making this. If you don't have a metal bowl that you chill, don't worry about it, but it helps.
I've got a cup and a half of heavy cream.
So heavy.
It's so heavy I can't even hold it. All right, and then I have 3 tablespoons of sugar, and I'm just gonna start. Should I put that in now?
Yeah.
What, like a tablespoon?
A teaspoon.
Well, maybe a little more.
A teaspoon of
this.
vanilla extract is good.
I love that. Oops.
There you go. Or a tablespoon.
I'm gonna start off low and then just gradually work myself.
So a hand
into
mixer is
frenzy.
Yeah, hand mixer definitely helps. You can also do this in your stand mixer, and it just aerates that cream, and it begins to make this beautiful, beautiful whipped
topping. Whoop topping.
topping.
All right, I'm gonna speed her up a little bit.
Okay, let's stand back. Woohoo! This takes only just a few minutes. Okay, you did great, Wesley. So
Yes, I whipped that into a frenzy.
you did, yeah, and so he continued just beating it on high until it becomes really spreadable. Don't resist.
overdo it.
Don't overdo it because it
Then it
can.
starts to separate.
It can separate.
Yeah.
That can happen.
I'm
And then-
always worried about separation.
I know.
I have separation anxiety.
especially when it comes to whipped cream. Okay, so all right, so now we're gonna just do this kind of quickly, and so this it really does make a lovely. I'm not
I
knocking it.
love it.
I do too. I know you like to do this.
Here, let me help you with this.
So now make sure when you toast your coconut, I meant to say this before, keep an eye on that because when you're toasting because it turns quickly.
We live together, I could do this.
Oh, okay. Just don't lick your fingers. Okay. So anyway, keep your eye on this. You're going to want to have enough left over to top it. Oh, Wesley.
Sorry.
Life with a Loon. We're going to get a lot of lovely comments for that.
Oh, it was just my finger.
I know. Okay. So now we've got some of this left over. I put about
Yay, look at that.
a third of a cup on here. If you love extra toasted. Anyway, I was going to say, don't keep an eye on these; they'll burn. We got all kinds of things going on here, and I'm nervous because you know
Don't be nervous.
how I get
I'm
when it's
the nervous one.
I know you are, but when it gets to slicing this or cutting the first slice, I always get nervous. Okay, it's feeling good.
That coconut.
I know. And the smell
Take
of that.
your time, too. We're not in a hurry. Nobody's in a hurry.
I will. Now, I always say the first one is what I call the sacrificial slice because then it gets easier to remove the slice. So this may be the sacrificial slice. And if that's the case, then I'll take it.
No, it'll
I'll
be
take
good.
one for the team.
It'll be good.
Oh, that looks pretty good.
Well, here, I'll take the second one.
Okay.
Wow.
That looks pretty good, Wesley, but all right.
All right, moving all this stuff around. Oh, no, that's going to even be better, I have a feeling.
I think so, too. Okay. You guys, thanks for sticking with us through this.
This harrowing pie cutting experience. Bring it on over. Woo, doggy.
There you go. That's coconut cream pie.
Y'all,
That look good.
look at that. Oh, see, cream on cream on cream on cream.
I know.
Wow. All right.
Oh boy, I know. I
We've
can't
been waiting for a very long time.
I know. The anticipation is killing me.
Okay. I'm taking a big bite.
I
Oh,
would
you
expect
guys.
nothing less.
Look at that. Oh. Wow. Wow.
That is pie perfection.
Wow.
I get why my dad, it's his favorite.
Oh.
There's just something about pie that it just makes you happy.
That custard is perfect. Wow.
And the homemade pie crust.
Oh, yes, and that whipped cream.
And the whipped cream topping is super delicious.
The pie crust, though, oh, y'all.
Yeah, if you
you
can-
haven't made crust, make it.
It's easy. It's fun.
Oh.
It's delicious.
That is 500,000% Loon approved.
Yes! We did it, you guys! I'd like to throw out a happy birthday to my wonderful dad. He's
Yay.
91 years strong, and we made a pie for you, Dad.
We did.
And we hope you guys make coconut cream pie because it's so good.
Make it.
Make it, and you'll be so happy.
Oh.
All right, we love you guys. Bye, everybody!
Bye.
Hey, hey, hey.